What is this? Well, it's a light meter, and we're going to learn how to use it for flash photography today in the studio. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Silva. You are watching Alex Silva Photography. Today I'd like to share with you how to use one of these. This is a light meter, and to be honest, it has, so many features that it will take me another video just to cover the different kinds of setup. But as you can see, most of the images that I share in this channel or in my social media, because you follow me on social media, right? Well, most of the images that I share in social media are created using the technique called off-camera flash, and it's great. And in a previous video, I showed you how to use a flash and how to calculate the different power settings that you can use using the flash's guide number. However, it turns out that the guide number may be different based on the zoom settings on your flash. And of course you can make a table and make all sorts of calculations and things like that, but it takes a bit of time. And even after making all the different calculations, you may be a bit off in the actual exposure on your subject. So what can you use in order to work a bit more quickly? Well, this is a light meter that, using this half sphere, it can measure the light that is reaching your subject. That is the direct measure. And it's a bit different from the light meter that you may have on your camera, because the light meters on our cameras are going to measure the light that is reflected from the subject to the camera. And there may be slight variations on that. So how are we going to use it? Well, among its many different features, you need to set the light meter to be ready to measure flash. And you're going to enter some of the data, the parameters that you're going to use. Specifically, I'm going to enter the ISO 200 that I'm going to use for the next image. I'm going to enter the speed, 1/250th of a second in this case, because that is my sync speed in my camera. And then, as you can see in the video, I take the meter next to my model's chin, press the button that makes the meter to wait for a flash, and then I trigger my flash. The exposure meter reads the light coming from the flash and tells me, hey, given that the light that I'm receiving, you should probably use this aperture. In my case, it was 2.8. So I just shot, and I knew that the image, or at least from the flash perspective, my subject would be correctly exposed. And that in essence is how you're going to use an exposure meter. You place it next to your subject, usually behind the chin, press the button that tells the exposure meter to wait for the flash, then you press the tester button on your trigger, and you see a reading on the flash. That tells you what is the aperture that you should use, given the current flash power. If you want to shoot with a different aperture, well, you only need to adjust the flash power accordingly. If you want to shoot with a wider aperture, well, you only need to reduce the power of the flash. If you're going to shoot with a a narrower aperture, you're going to increase the flash power. I really hope you found this video interesting, informative, but also entertaining. If that is the case, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, share this video with your friends. But most of all, please remember to keep learning and keep shooting. And I'll see you in the next video.